Hey everyone, it's God Forgive Me, and I'm bringing you a High Realms update video. But before we do that, I gotta brag about something. I got a Dev Note block. Because he's awesome. If you're not aware, he did promise me long ago that if I hit level 100, he would give me one of his blocks. I was really concerned when he went ahead and removed his command to be able to give them out. But he apparently did leave one set aside just for when I hit level 100. So just a huge shout out to Dev Note. Thank you so much for being awesome. I appreciate you. And with that being said, now on to the new stuff. Let's take a look. So with this update, they crafted 2 new bows that can either be bought or created at a forge. They also have arrows that you can go ahead and craft or buy. They also have a target block that you can craft. They rebalanced the Clockwork Swords recipe, and they also went ahead and rebalanced the gizmo drops to also kind of be in tangent with that, making it a little bit easier to get that Clockwork Sword, whether it be just for the Clockwork Sword or if you're looking to get that Deathstalker. They also changed the terrain to go ahead and help with loading issues, and they went ahead and revamped the marketplace. And also there's one hidden secret at the end that I'm willing to show you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check out all this new stuff. All right, we're in my workshop area. Let's go ahead and take a look at the forge and see what we can craft. We do have the wood bow. It does cost 8 cloth, 256 ashwood, and 1 elastic essence to craft. There's also the Sylvan bow, which does more damage, and we'll check that out here shortly. It does have 32 iron ingots, also 256 pine wood, and 1 elastic essence to craft. There are also now arrows that you can craft as well. It does require 1 feather, 1 iron ingot, and 1 pine wood. So let's go ahead and craft these, and then we can go check these out. Let's go with, ooh, wait a second. It looks like for each one of these, you get 15 arrows, so that's nice. 1575, sure, why not? Oh, and before I forget, we can also craft the new target. It does require blue dye, 10 cloth, a red dye, and a yellow dye. So let's go ahead and craft a couple of these as well and go ahead and have some fun with that here in a bit. All right, so we got our bow out. Let's take a look at some targets here. So if I hold left click, oh, it looks like it does bring a little target. Let it go. Yeah, hey, you can even see when it hits. Boom. Look at that. Let's see if we got some range here. Oh yeah, that's nice. I wonder how far we can go with this. Let's check that out with the forest area. But yeah, these are really cool. I like the feel of it. All right, let's go ahead and check first person. It does kind of block your view with winding back. I really don't like first person mode. So I don't know. I recommend staying third person. This looks and feels a lot better. All right, before we head into the forest to test these out, I want to see what are we able to purchase at Maya instead of having to craft. Taking a look here, it does look like there's the wood bow. It does sell for 55,000. I don't see the Sylvan bow, so we do need to go ahead and craft that. You can purchase arrows. It does look like they're only 50 coin a piece, so they're pretty cheap and inexpensive. And over here to the block. It does not look like Gideon's selling any targets, unfortunately. Ooh, that looks cool. All right, let's go test this out in the forest. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. You know what? Let's go up here. I think this will be fun. Just remember, beware of slimes. All right, let's take a look here. I can hear some squeaky hammers around here. That's funny. All right, let's see. Oh, that's solid. Oh, that felt good. All right, how much was that? Was that 64 damage? 64. Let's see. Can we get a critical here? So from my testing, it looks like it deals a flat 64 damage. There's no critical strike damage on it, but let's take a look at the range now. All right, that's 1. Let's try a little bit farther. All right, what else? Let's see if we can get all the way down there. Nice. I don't think we can go all the way down there, though. I think that's where we're going to hit yeah, as you can see, it kind of starts arcing down. So, I mean, it's got really good range, but it does have its limits. It's not infinite. All right, we got the wood bow. Let's take a look. deals, looks like 48 damage. Is that what I saw? Yeah, so it deals 48 damage and there's no critical strike. So definitely the weaker of the two bows. Makes sense. Let's see, is there any level restrictions? All right, so the wood bow does require 9 and the Sylvan's bow does require 19. So that makes sense why the Sylvan bow would be more stronger. So overall, I'm having a lot of fun with these. I like to see how far away I can hit something. If you really don't like dealing with some bosses, you can really take them down, but it might be a little expensive with how long it's going to take and the areas you might have to go through. All right, we're back in the forge. Let's take a look at the new reworked clockwork recipe. It looks like it now only requires 100 cogs when it used to require 256. Still 1 recycled blade, only 2 magnet shards instead of 3, and only 24 springs instead of 64. So that's definitely a big change, making it much easier to go ahead and get this sword. And speaking of which, making it easier to get the sword, now looking at the gizmo drops, it does look like now cogs instead of being 1 in 50 are now only 1 in 20. And then also springs instead of them being 1 in 100, they're now only 1 in 83. So a lot easier to go ahead and get the cogs and springs now necessary to go ahead and make the sword on top of the contracts that are available out there. Now, taking a look, you can see that the terrain does look a little bit different. I'm actually kind of digging this. I like the grass. I like the feel of this. It looks pretty lively. So, I mean, if it does make things load better and it looks pretty good like this, I'm digging the change. Now let's go check out the reworked marketplace. Oh, that's a really big portal. Holy cow. All right, so it definitely looks like they condensed it a little bit. It does look like the obby is now gone, but it does look as though there is a fishing area now, so you can fish in this. From my understanding, it has the same drops as the Citadel. And yeah, just looks a little bit more personable, a little bit nicer, a little bit fancier. But overall, I think it's a nice change. The only disadvantage is I really did like the obby for, say, doing like some kind of contest when it comes to giveaways. It is cool now that they have all the actual crafting benches here too. That really does help for those who maybe might need it, or just for convenience, they buy something that's needed for a recipe and they can come over and make what they're looking to make. So overall, very nice changes. I really like this. It's a very nice feel to it now. It's not just such a open and empty space. It's just very much more personable and nice layout in my opinion. So that's the new archery update. There is one last secret that was added into this game. And if you can't tell, it's the badge that I have above me. I can't show you how to get it just yet. That'll be a future video. But until that time, have a good morning, good day, good night, and God bless. Thanks for watching.